Good morning, guys. Just want to share a universal fact to everyone na, again, we all live in a world that is output-based. And no matter how kind and generous you become, you cannot escape the system. However, that also does not excuse anyone to make use of the system in an oppressing manner. Anong ibig ko sabihin dito? Ibig ko sabihin dito is even though the system of grinding, the system of succeeding is not as easy and not as kind as you may see towards other people, it doesn't need to remove the human aspect of our lives towards what we do. And this is why I implement, or rather I always look at my work as something that is based on human perspectives and human behavior. Because when you remove the human out of the worker, you will only see a soulless machine. And it will be a great help if the system promotes that kind of behavior towards the worker. Na merong puso po ang sistema, the system can help you. But the problem is, even if that is possible in our society, it rarely happens. And here is why. Number one, the main reason why it doesn't happen is because it is more convenient for those who are ruling to make use of the convenience in their own terms rather than in the convenience of everyone's context. Ibig sabihin, mas madali pong magkaroon ng convenience yung oonte kaysa sa buong kanasyonan or yung buong worker system, which is again BS on my part. Since again, how are you going to make use of this wonderful system of succession if hindi lahat kayang kunin yung convenience na meron ka, di ba? How are people going to aspire to be better if the system does not help them to achieve more and be aspire to do better? That's my main concern here, and that's my main question. Why are we putting systems in place that oppress people or deny them of their dream instead of really making sure that they have the dream in the first place? I'm talking about in general, no? Kasi mahirap kapag kunyari I'm just sticking to one topic and I'm talking about general systems here, okay? Especially in the corporate world or in any the business sector. We want other people to be empowered to do the same thing, to be successful in life. Let me talk about the business sector first before I go to the corporate. If we're going to go with the business sector, okay, yan, you have you have speakers, you have speakers, you have the legalities of doing business, you have the products and all of that. That's all good, okay yun. The problem here is this. The system in place does not allow you to scale up kaagad and to rarely even scale up higher at all from your starting point. Why? Kasi in the business sector, hindi ka pa kumikita, chargean ka na, tinataksan ka na. Okay? You have to get all the permits, you have to get all of this and that. Good way to make it legal. Problem is, the system as well does not compensate or even give something back to those who are risk takers. Okay? Hindi sila sinasubsidize, hindi sila binibigyan ng any benefit to scale at all or even go about it in general. For the workers in our corporate settings, we're all given salaries during that time. Pero before you can even get your salary, syempre, you still have to go to the interviews, you still have to get your IDs, you still have to go to multiple different requirements before you get hired. Imagine that, wala ka pang sahod, may gastos ka na kagad. But let me also look into this, no? Sorry. I would also give you guys the information that in both systems, you're running two different rat races, okay? For being an employee, you're gonna go into the rat race of actually just paying your debts, managing your finances, and doing all of that without the system's help at all. The system is just there for you to follow the routine. In the business sector, you're doing the same thing, pero you're also adding on to the idea that you have to grind, you have to produce, you have to make sure that everyone in your team is also compensated. Why? Because that's how the systems work. Nothing wrong with how the systems operate at that level. At that level lang, yung argument ko na lang na yun. Pero when you put into the idea that even if you do this for a very long time, the system will not just help you at anything at all. It will just give you a format to do what is working back then. Pero in terms of helping you long term, wala kang aasahan with that system. So now, here's my challenge to everyone. if you are trying to lead a team, trying to lead any corporation or whatever it is, try to make sure that you are also reinventing the system. Why? Because we will start a chain of creating a better system for everyone else, even if we start with the minority. Kasi we don't have, no, as common workers, we don't have as corporate power as much as dun sa taas. So what we do have is, we have the influence to influence our leaders, no? Lalo na kung tayo ay nasa starting position. That's what creating a culture is worthwhile, no? That is where it all begins. And for me, we would like to just go about it, no matter what setting you are in. We would like to aspire those who are starting in their work, na not just for the position or the title, kasi that title would be arbitrary if walang given context, di ba? Pero I want you to understand that whenever you step up, you're also not just enriching yourself, but you're also trying to create a different system that might work not just for you but for everybody else. Good luck, guys. Coach Matt out.